that everyone's basically lost their mind since COVID, right? Okay, so my husband sent me this picture recently, and it's got Kim Kardashian, suit, tie, her hand is deep into a bag of Cheetos, okay? And he's like, can you believe Kim Kardashian won the 2023 GQ Man of the Year? Unbelievable. And I'm like, can you believe they expect us to believe that Kim Kardashian eats Cheetos? Unbelievable. But yeah, service has definitely taken a tank since COVID, right? Customer service. The other day, I went in for a massage, okay? So I'm down, laying face down, the blanket's on me, my clothes are over in the chair. And she walks in and she says, hey, is it a problem that I only have one hand?
Yes.
What exactly do you say to that, right? And I'm like, well, I mean, I try to be appreciative of diversity and stuff, but I feel like this information would have been helpful before I went through the trouble of unhooking my bra, right? So, but I'm already there, I've already dropped the panties, so I'm giving an affirmative yes, right? So, but I was thinking, does one hand mean half the price?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Because a discount would come in handy. There you go. Okay, so yes, customer service, huge tank. My husband travels for work all the time, so I was visiting him in Texas. Anybody ever been to Texas in the summer?
Yes.
It is hot, people. If you have any friends you're worried about burning in hell, send them to Texas. It will sweat the sin out of them. They will never miss a Sunday, okay? So I'm there. It's hot. I get in the Uber and I say, hey, do you think we could turn on some air conditioning? The guy's like, oh, man, I'm really sorry. I'm allergic to air conditioning. Allergic to air conditioning. Is that like allergic to air? Now, I want to say that before COVID, if someone said they were allergic to air, you would say, oh, great, I have now met a serial killer, and I need to run out as quickly as possible because they're going to slit my throat. And post-COVID, if someone says they're allergic to air, I'm like, oh, how does that make you feel? Does your employer appreciate this? Are they allergy divergent, right? But so growing up, I never knew anyone allergic to air, but I did have some pretty strange experiences as a preacher's kid, okay? And I know I'm not the only preacher's kid in this room, or even on stage tonight, but yes, I was a Southern Baptist preacher's kid, okay? So all the boys in high school were thrilled to know Jesus would be going on our dates with us. And, most of the time, we had a lot of family time together at funerals, okay? So 2-3 funerals a week, I'm not lying. Every childhood dream, right? I don't know if my dad was so good at talking about heaven that people wanted to get there faster. Not sure, right? But I know there were a lot of funerals, and so my sister and I tried to find creative ways to make funerals more fun. And before you say, Sarah, that doesn't sound very compassionate coming from a preacher's kid, I want to assure you that Jesus had way more fun at funerals than I did. He could raise people from the dead. That's pretty fun, right? But so me and my sister, we talked about a funeral truth or dare. What could go wrong, okay? So my parents were at a graveside service. A sweet old lady had died. We're at this graveside service. My parents left us in the car because that wasn't illegal yet. And I think they cracked the windows, not sure. But I look at my sister, I'm like, this is getting boring. Everybody's over there crying. They look so sad. We gotta liven up this party. How about you set your butt on the car horn? Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to celebrate the life of Honk! 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 It was quite memorable, okay? But one of the worst things about being a preacher's kid, is that you always had to be pretty good, right? And I did a pretty good job with it, but my pet cat did not. My pet cat was very good at getting pregnant. She was also crazy. And I want to go on record to say people are like this too, okay? Have you ever noticed that the more mentally unstable someone is, the more fertile they are? This is a question I have forgotten, okay? I learned this really early. When I was in college, I worked at the Walgreens, like Old Broadway, the good part of town. And, people walk to that Walgreens. One day, true story, I'm watching this lady leave, okay? And something has fallen out between her legs. It is a used tampon that has hit the floor, okay? And I'm not sure what you say to that, right? Like, excuse me, ma'am, I think there's another item you forgot to pick up. I don't really know what to say, right? But what I guarantee is that lady did not need a fertility specialist to get pregnant, right? She could probably get pregnant faster than you can get through the Walmart checkout line, okay? So, anyway, Big Mama was the cat's name. We kept things pretty G-rated at our house as a preacher's kid, so her name was Big Mama instead of Bow Kitty Bow Wow. Now, in today's culture, we would use the politically correct term. We would say that Big Mama was sex positive. Back in the 80s, Big Mama was a slut. Right? So, Big Mama, she just kept getting pregnant. And then she'd have a set of kittens, run away, come back, be pregnant again, 3, 4, 5 times, okay? And when a cat is that pregnant or nursing, it looks like she had a boob job. I mean, hello, kitty, right? And her milkshakes were bringing all the boys to the door, right? So she had this boob job, right? And here my dad is. He was a Southern Baptist pastor, right? And what's a righteous pastor to do with a slutty cat? I mean, I don't know how much you guys know about the Southern Baptist, but abortion is frowned upon, right? I mean, he couldn't exactly take the cat to the vet, plop Big Mama with her Hello Kitty double D's on the counter and say, can anybody suction out these kittens? Right? And it wasn't possible, right? So Big Mama kept getting pregnant, right? I lived in the country, right? Went to Gibbs, lived in the country. What do people in the country do when they have a problem? There's one solution they use over and over. Duct tape. Duct tape. If you can duct tape a boat, I thought as a kid, you can duct tape a cat. Okay? Put some duct tape on those nipples. Put some duct tape on those nether regions, right? The problem is less hair down there did not, in fact, keep the boys from banging Big Mama. Right? Now the cat had a boob job and a Brazilian lumps. Okay. Not only was she popular with the tomcats, all the lady cats were like, girl, where do you get your work done? I mean, Big Mama was super popular, okay? But I don't think Big Mama was a Southern Baptist, okay? So the Southern Baptist folk, we learned that modest is hottest, right? I think Big Mama was a Methodist. She did not want to cover up those nipples. Guys, she just did not want it. And so, unfortunately, I found out that Big Mama was good at something other than getting pregnant. Big Mama was good at getting even. We went on a family vacation. We're gone for 10 days. When we walk in the door, Big Mama, the very, very outside cat, was inside, okay? She had lived off knocking over a box of Frosted Flakes and drinking toilet water, okay? There's no litter box in our house, right? So guess what she used? My bed. True story. 10 days of soaked in urine. Digested Frosted Flakes, right? And I learned that Tony the Tiger was lying to me when he said, they're great. Thanks, guys.